In this video, we're going to create world level methods in Alice using a really simple animation to kind of mimic the dance moves that you see in the Thriller video. Alice does not have a pre-programmed zombie class, so we're going to use a mummy class instead. We've come down here to the gallery. We're going to search the gallery and find the mummy. Okay. This is the mummy class, and we're going to create an instance of the mummy class in the world by double clicking and adding to the world. Okay, I'm going to reposition the mummy just a little bit so he'll be a little bit easier to see what we're doing with him. And then once we have him situated like we want him, we're going to click on done, and this will bring up the coding window. I'm going to reposition the panes just a little bit again to make this a little bit more visible, and we will get to work. What we want to happen is for the arms to go up and down, and then for him to turn and do the same thing again. Since the arms going up and down is going to be repeated multiple times throughout the program, we are going to create a method which will perform those actions for us. But let's get the action down first so we can see that what that's going to look like. Okay, so this is going to be the mummy, so we want to click on the mummy item in the option tree, and this will bring the mummy's methods down below. We're going to work with those. Again, we don't want to work with the whole mummy, we just want to work with his arms, which are part of the upper body, so we'll expand that, and we'll start with the left arm, and then we'll duplicate those options in the right arm. Okay, so the left arm is selected up here in the object tree, and its methods are displayed down here. We are going to roll, oh, no, not roll, turn, I always get those backwards. We're going to turn the left arm backwards 1 revolution. And what we're going to do as we go along, we'll play and make sure that each step is kind of doing what we want it to do. Okay, so that looks like it might be a little bit too much, so we're going to change the revolutions, and we'll divide that about in half, so that it's an 1/8 of a revolution rather than a quarter revolution. Okay, so instead of going through that whole process again, what we'll do is we'll take this line of code, place it on the clipboard, and then drag it off the clipboard to create a copy. Now all we have to do is change the direction. We'll play again, up and down, just like that. Very simple. Okay, and we're going to place this inside a do in order structure. Just like that. And now if we drag the do in order up to the clipboard, we can drag it down, and instead of the left arm, we can change that to the right arm. Like so. Okay, so now what we want to do here is we want both of those arms to be moving at the same time, to be kind of reminiscent of the Thriller dance move, like so. Okay, so what we would want to do is we would want that to happen twice, and then for him to turn, and then to do it again. So we see a lot of repetition in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up to the world and create a world level method. Methods need to be one word. starting with the lowercase, so we're going to call it Thriller. And what you will see is that as we create additional methods in the world, they have their own coding window. So what we're going to do is we're going to drag this up here, go to the Thriller window, and drag it down. So this gives us the option to do that. Okay, since we want it to be executed twice, we're going to loop 2 times and then drag the whole thing inside. Okay, now what we need to do now is to get rid of this and drag Thriller in. And what this does, it's the same thing, but the My First method is much cleaner now. We just have to look at that, and then if we want to get into the guts of the Thriller code, we can come over here and examine that. But in My First method becomes much cleaner. So there we go. Okay. So now what we can do is come back up to the mummy and turn him. We'll turn him to the right. We'll do a quarter revolution and see what that looks like. Okay. And now, instead of coding a whole nother dance move down here, we can just come up to the world and drag Thriller in again. And again, you could continue to refine this to make sure that the dance moves are kind of synchronized with the speed of the music, but this gives you an idea of how to create a really simple method. The methods make the code in My First method a little bit simpler to see and simpler to repeat. That's it.